What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Cork to Glory. This is episode number 32. And we start today's episode by seeing that we just changed the position of Ross Brannan. He is an academy midfielder. To me, looks way better as a striker, and that is definitely true as well. 81 to 94 potential, and he's just grown 10 ratings from 48 to 58, as finishing is his best technical stat. So yeah, I'm noticing that a lot in this year's FIFA. You know, the players that you get through to your academy, many of them are in the wrong position naturally. And again, I said it before, I think it's EA's way of sort of, you know, making you want to use the position change feature more, since it's a new feature for this year's FIFA. But I really like it, and I've said many times before, you know, some people think at times it can be a bit too critical of EA. I always say I'm very, very fair. Give them props when they deserve it, criticise them when they deserve it. One thing I'll give EA major props to in this year's career mode is that the position change feature, the development plans, the training in general is just so much fun. It's great to do, and he looks like a decent striker for the future there. And whilst I don't think he'll give this man Samuel Bell a run for his money anytime soon, he definitely could be our bench striker next year. As we know, Ewan Plant is no longer looking like the striker he was back in League 2. So yeah, so the first of the final two games of the Championship season here, taking on Brighton Hove Albion, Graham Potter's side, who, as we knew this season, right before the season even began, they were going to run away with the Championship. They're head and shoulders above everyone in this league, and Graham Potter's side beat us by 2-1 in this game as well. Frustrating goals conceded though, the second one in particular, shot blocked by Leo, and then rebounding and ricocheting right back to Dragheros. But either way, Brighton, as you can see on the league table, game to go, they'd already guaranteed a Championship. 18 points clear of Brentford, 108 points, record for most points in a Championship season, I believe. And yeah, we had nothing to play for anyway. You know, we knew we couldn't make the playoffs. Back-to-back defeats, very frustrating indeed, but doesn't really matter too much in the grand scheme of things. And Brighton, by the way, are a 4.5-star team. They're a 4.5-star team in the Championship. Yeah, there's no surprise that they won that game there by 2-1. So a brief look at the academy as made us begin here. As you can see, I mentioned him very briefly in the last episode, Luke Byrne. I really do feel he should be a left-back. Looking at his stats, I really do believe as I release Svensson here from our academy as well. Now, I know he could play holding mid alongside Keenan, but Devine has potential to be special, and I know that Byrne is, you know, 90 to 94 potential. Put it this way, if he doesn't have potential to be special, that'll frustrate the hell out of me, because he looks like our best academy prospect of all time. But looking at his stats, I think left-back would be his best position. But what I wouldn't be against doing is that, because Patrick Keating, you know, formerly known as the Chosen One, he's lost that nickname now because he's got no potential whatsoever. What I wouldn't be against doing is play him at right-back and training the weak foot rating up to 5-star, because he is a left-footed player. And again, fullback, left-back does look like where he'd be best, but if he's got a 5-star weak foot, there's no reason why he couldn't play on the other side. And that means that Barry Sharkey could remain as a left-back. And speak of the devil, for our final game of the season, they're taking on Preston North End to get the assist for Samuel Bell's goal, and his second and our second in the game as well. So I'm not against doing that. I think I'll think more about it in the summer, when I'll probably give him a pro deal. But yeah, he does look very good, and I do feel fullback would be where he'd play his best football. Who knows, maybe Rory Devine could go back to playing right-back. That's where he was listed as before he changed position to holding mid. Rory Keenan could even play right back. I mean, that guy can play anywhere. So yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But still, for the final game of the Championship season here, Preston North End as the lads from Deepdale come take us on. Of course, they were the first team we beat away from home this season. Deepdale, we're taking on at Turner's Cross on the back of back-to-back defeats. I didn't want to bow out with no wins in our last 3 games. We had nothing to play for. I wanted to cement 10th place though, and after Samuel Bell bagged the hat-trick, 10 minutes on the clock, Eamon Cunningham had an amazing end to the season, gets our 4th goal in a very comprehensive victory on the final day, as Bell, I believe, now I might be wrong here and correct me if I am, but I think he got the first hat-trick of the series. I can't remember us scoring a hat-trick all series long until this game here. So Bell bows out with a match ball in a 4-0 victory. And that is how we end our first season in the Championship. So, you know, I'll be honest here, after a really impressive run around the midway point in the campaign, and also around February, March time as well, I am quite disappointed we couldn't push for the playoffs with a few games to go. As you can see, Brighton ran away with 111 points, as we thought they would. Brentford, the Bees are going up as well. Birmingham, Bournemouth, Stoke and Bristol City wrap up the playoffs, and we do indeed in the end finish up in 10th place in our top 10 finish, 9 points behind the Robins, who in the end finished in that 6th and final playoff place. We also had the third best defensive record in the division as well, 57 goals scored, but only 41 goals conceded all season long, so that's incredibly impressive. Our first season in the Championship, big change to our back line with Jamie Bowden coming in, and also Gavin Bazunu between the sticks as well, as Preston, Rotherham and Huddersfield are relegated. But the third best defensive record in the division, that's really impressive. Tyrese Campbell won the Golden Boot, although we did see that Bell finished runners-up this year, so that's amazing to see. Cunningham also made it into the top 25 as well. And as for top assists as well, Cunningham, Sharkey and Bell were 3 of the top 4 assist makers in the Championship as well. That's really great to see. And look at Gavin Bazunu, how close is that? One of the reasons we had the third best defensive record in the division is because Bazunu was fantastic all season long. Really great goalkeeper, fantastic signing from Rochdale. He was 1 clean sheet away from winning the Golden Glove, which is won by the Brighton goalkeeper, unsurprisingly, Matty Ryan. So look at the cups this season as well. Stoke City won the playoffs in the end. Tyrese Campbell, the Golden Boot winner, firing them back into the Premier League. Manchester United won the Carabao Cup. Liverpool got their revenge in the FA Cup by winning that. Juventus won the Europa League, and Barcelona beat Real Madrid in an El Clasico final as well, as Barca won the grand prize in Europe this year. And also look at the other leagues around the world as well, where Man City won the Premier League this year. And for the bottom 3 who are going to the Championship spaces next season, West Ham, Sheffield United and Derby County. Oof, gotta feel sorry for the Ramsdale, only 10 points all season long. Hull and Peterborough are heading to the Championship to face us next season, and possibly Sunderland as well. They're in the playoffs alongside Portsmouth, Ipswich and someone else, can't remember now, but hopefully it is Sunderland to go up, man. I'd love to face them for the first time in the save. Ligue 1 was won by Paris Saint-Germain, the Bundesliga was won by Bayern Munich, so no shocks there. Juve won the Serie A, finishing 13 points clear of Roma. Ajax won the Eredivisie, 4 points clear of Feyenoord, I think it was in 2nd place, and Benfica won the Portuguese league as well. I also had to show you this as well, the Irish League. Harrogate Town, of course, the English side that we took out to go into League 2. Right now they're leading the way in Ireland, of course, season's not done yet. Rangers won the SPL this year. Real Madrid won La Liga to complete a league and European double. And as for the Turkish Super League, Galatasaray, 101 points, 4 points clear, the winners in Turkey this year. And also the MLS, I know it's not finished yet, but I thought I'd show you it anyway. It's a New York top 2 right now, with the Red Bulls currently on top of New York City by a point. So, yep, that's how all the other leagues went around Europe and also the world as well. I really hope in future versions of FIFA you can see the domestic cups as well, like who won the Coppa del Rey, for example, who won the Coppa Italia. I think that would be really cool to see that in future versions of FIFA. Who knows? You never know. And also, we had, I think it was 5 or 6 players wanting to terminate their contracts in the youth team as well. I mentioned before, I can't stand it when youth players are unsettled, but just to be safe rather than sorry, I gave them all pro deals. But one player that, thankfully, being ultra professional, was not asked for a pro deal just yet. I'll mention him again. Oh my god, he looks so good, man, up to 58 overall. And I know it will be horrible to do this to the Shark because we love him so much, but doesn't he look like a left back with those stats? Doesn't he seem as though he should be a left back? I think with a 2-star weak foot, we can train that up to make him a 5-star and then put him right back. I think that's what we should do. I mean, look, I love the Shark to pieces. You guys love the Shark to pieces. Obviously, Burn will have far more potential, but I just can't do it to Barry. I can't do it to Barry. He's finally got the showing great potential tag. 76 overall. He's an absolutely fantastic player, and obviously the first youth player to come at the academy. I can't do it. I know that Burn, we get the best out of him playing left back, but I can't do it to the Shark, man. I love Barry too much. I think right back is where he's going to end up playing in this team, with probably a 5-star weak foot as well. We'll definitely make him a 5-star weak foot, as he is a left-footed player. So a brief look at the squad then, and how we end our first season as well. What a great debut season in the Championship for Barry Shark, going 7 ratings to 76 overall. He's got 90 stamina now. You love to see that with a 5-star week, but 11 assists in 2 goals in all the Championship games he played this year. Big Leo grew 6 ratings to 75 overall. As we know, he also shows great potential now. You love to see that. He's such a physically strong player, man. I love Big Leo the piece, man. He and Barry Shark are like 2 guaranteed starters guys in our team normally. Jamie Bowden had a good season as well, grew 5 ratings because we changed him from holding mid to centre-back. That was a brilliant transition for him. He's excelled in the centre-back role in his first year for us. I think having him alongside Leo as well makes me so much more confident that we've got a comfortable ball-playing centre-back as part of our centre-back duo, come on now. But Rory Keane, he grew 6 ratings to 80 overall. What progression from Rory, man. He's been amazing once again. I gave him the captain's armband this year. Now, I'll be honest here, I think I mentioned it very briefly. I wouldn't be against giving Barry Sharkey the armband next year. I know you guys think I should have done that initially. Some of you guys think that Sharkey should get it. I'm not against giving the armband to Sharkey next year and making Keenan the vice captain instead. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I do love Rory. I do love Rory a lot with the exciting prospect tag. And again, the first player to hit 80 overall in this team. That's fantastic. Also, real briefly, John Gillies was one of the players I was excited about from the academy. Scottish attacking midfielder. He's 60 overall now. He does show great potential, but I'm not really as excited about him as I was previously, and there's no way he's taking this guy's starting spot, absolutely no way. Eamon, 5-star, Cunningham, the real deal, up to 76 overall, 15 goals and 13 assists in the championship this year. Cunningham was absolutely incredible, particularly in the second half of the season, so Gillies looks okay, but not a patch on Eamon Cunningham. And also a brief look at the wingers as well. Ethan Elliott had a great end to the season. I really need to get that pace up though. He's nowhere near quick enough in this team. Tommy Healy, potential to special, up 4 ratings this year. Decent in limited game time as well. 3 goals and an assist as well in 13 games. Once again, needs to get the pace up, but does look pretty decent. And of course, the big dog, Samuel Bell shows great potential. Only grew 3 ratings this year, a bit disappointing, but 25 goals and 11 assists in 43 championship games, runner-up in the race for the Golden Boot. Nothing disappointing about that. But the best way to close out the season, we might have the playoffs. We did finish in 10th. Well, this is the way to do it. Change that thumbnail, Docky boy, because Cork City are a 3.5-star team. That's right, a great way to close out our first season of the championship. We're playing in this division again next year, but we've gone from a 2.5-star team, a 2-star team to a 3.5-star team in one season. We might have missed out on the playoffs, but Cork City are definitely going places. But that won't tips to go. Cork to Glory, guys. So big thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. Thanks for your support on the first season championship and our first 3 seasons overall, and I'll see you for the very next episode as the brand new season begins very soon.